and I have been a fan of her music almost from day one. Matter of fact, me and my good buddy Zam, we used to go and see her live before she dropped her very first debut album, Who Is Jill Scott? This would have been in like circa 1999 or so. And we used to go and check her out at the Five Spot here in Philly. It's a place called the Five Spot. And she would perform with Questlove and all those guys of the Roots fame, the Jazzy Fat Nasties and all them. So I remember Jill Scott from way back when. All right, so I've always been a fan of her music. Unfortunately, there's been some fuckery, you know, you just can't. I'm trying to find a black woman that has zero black female fuckery very hard. And she's no exception. There's some fuckery in there. And unfortunately, but she seems to have come back into prominence over the past day or so. And are you aware of this whole situation, Miss Irene?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So before I get into it, is any brothers on the panel familiar with what I'm about to say with regard to Miss Jill Scott?
Yeah,
I just saw part of the video.
Hold on. Yo, man, I was gonna ask you.
Everybody don't jump on it at once now.
I was gonna ask you this, brother. She wasn't back when you were looking at her back in the day when you knew her before, you know, before everybody knew her. Was she pulling these kind of moves then? Right.
Well, Jill Scott is from North Philly. She's from a part of North Philly called Lehigh Avenue, and I refer to Lehigh Avenue as the Valley of the Deep Throats. I'll put it like that.
For real? Well, I tell you what, she living up. She's living up.
I said the Valley of the Deep
Let's
Throats.
just say that the old man has had his forays on Lehigh Avenue and leave it at that, shall we? Okay, so what am I talking about? By now, you all probably have heard about this. Jill Scott was giving a performance somewhere. I do not know where. This was all over Twitter and whatnot. It came to my attention early this morning. She was giving a performance, touring somewhere, and apparently at some point in her act, she did a pantomime, I guess you could say. Some refers to it as a mic job, if you will. Using the microphone to simulate the art of fellatio. I'll just put it like that. And, well, you can take it from there. You can find this for yourself online. It's not hard. You'll be able to find it. Memes have been produced. And, you know, I'll say this for Jill Scott. I'll say this. She looks like, because Jill Scott's weight has always been an issue for her, you know. And there have been times when she looks pretty good. And there are other times when she just doesn't look good at all. And this looks like one of those times when she's in one of the better phases of things. I'll give her that. Also, it looks like she had a big chop. That seriously, you know, gives her a lot of demerits. Her getting a big chop right there. Nevertheless.
What do you mean big chop?
That's when, you know what I'm talking about, right, Irene?
Yeah, when women chop all their hair off.
That's right.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like that's what happened in her case, and that was a serious demerit. But in any event, what I'll say is, based on what I've seen her in action, it seems to me if she'd have did more of that with her husband, they might be together right now. That's what it looks
absolutely, like. No doubt about
it. You know, she does look like she got some superlative skills in that regard. I mean, and you know what they say about the bigger girls? Bigger girls tend to be more talented like that on the mic, if you will. So, you know, none of this comes as any big shock or surprise.
Oh man, she was real TV.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Marwan. Shout out to the gentleman on the last video, the voice of the everyday brother who was just on that last video on his radio show, The Obsidian. This is just a quick video on Jill Scott. You know, it's got a lot of guys standing erect at the moment, trying to keep abreast of everything that Jill Scott has to offer. And people had their jokes. People are saying there are memes going all around and everyone's talking about it. Obviously, the ladies are going to be like, well, a woman should be able to do whatever she wants. And the ladies are going to say things like, well, you should have seen what Bobby Brown was doing on the stage. You should have seen what 2 Live Crew was doing on the stage. And here she is performing her art, another brand of her art, I guess, or a different kind of art, oral art. Another kind outside of her vocal cords for the songs. She's got other skills she's let everyone to know about. And the fellas made sort of a joke about her marriage and maybe some marital issues there, which is another reminder that no matter what that mouth do, there could still be some issues. Or because that mouth may not have been doing anything during the relationship, maybe that's why it ended, you know. But this is not the Jill Scott many people are used to seeing. This is sort of the underbelly. This is sort of, well, it's funny we say underbelly considering any discussions of weight loss. But this is what many might expect from a Nicki Minaj, a Cardi B, a Lil Kim, a Foxy Brown. What? But this is not the energy, I guess, you would expect from a Jill Scott or an India Arie, even though they all can probably get down and get funky. I'm assuming, who knows what's next. Maybe Jill Scott will come out and say, hey, maybe she'll say she's gender fluid as well, but she seems to have a specific interest and love of the cock or the mic. And she's blowing into it, and she's singing her song. What song is it? Lip gloss. She got blue balls. She's probably passing gas on the low-low. She wants to pass gas into the fan. Well, good show. She gave good head. I mean, she gave a good performance there, ladies and gentlemen. Drop your comments below. She did her thing. Peace.